Georgie say George?
What did you have for dinner?
I want what he's having.
Double espresso.
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm glad so many people came out, the rain and the weather. And, it's always good to see the faces that I see here today. We had a very interesting day. I was with Captain Alex all day, and we went to several meetings, including the clergy meeting, which is always uplifting to go to that meeting and see how large the Clergy Council has gotten. So it's a very positive day for us. I'm going to jump off now. A little bit later, we're going to talk about the upcoming election, because we do have elections this year. This actually is the last day that you can qualify. And I will tell you who's going to be on the election committee, somebody that will know and trust. And we'll do that a little bit later, but right now I'm going to introduce the dais. Our recording secretary, Kate Cardona. Our assistant secretary, Andrea Siegel. Crime prevention officer, Tyrone Madero. You thought I was going to get it wrong.
I know, we got it right this time.
You were waiting. Community Affairs, Detective Jay Sturman, and his partner, Dave Laporte. I'll introduce the big guy later. Now, our district attorney representative, Jennifer Cruz, couldn't be here tonight, but we have Rashawn Horry, and of course our Vice President, Sylvia Mazzella. I want you to know this, that we have sectioned everything off. We're going to have committees, and this board is going to be comprised of committees. And different people will be chairmen of these committees. Now, they can ask for volunteers for their committee, and so don't hesitate to say, yeah, I'll join, or yeah, I'll be part of it. Everything from the breakfast to national, and Silvio is chair of the breakfast committee, and that's going to be in May 19th. I have to tell you something about that, though. For the first time in 15 years, and for 15 years we've been the only council that has not charged. But the way the economy's going and the way the dollars are coming in, last year we didn't make what we needed. So from our volunteers and our donations. So we will be charging this year for tickets. As a group, as individuals, and hopefully we will get some donations from some of the people that we're used to getting funds from. But this year will be a cost factor. So hopefully it doesn't discourage anybody. We'll still have a great time. You'll be a little poorer, but we're still going to have a great time. And now I'd like to introduce the commanding officer, who I've gotten to know a little bit better every time we do something. Every time we go out, every time we see a situation, we talk about a situation, I get to know him a little bit more. And my personal opinion, this is the kind of commander-in-chief that you need. This is the kind of person that you need to command something. Steady, non-opinionated, out to help the community in any way he can. He listens, he orders, and to me, he's a perfect example of a commanding officer. Captain Alex.
So I've been to several meetings today, and one of the things I'm constantly saying in a lot of these meetings is I'm very blessed to be the commanding officer for the reason. I have a solid community that stands behind us, that questions us when we need to be questioned, and holds us accountable. But it's also working with us to make this command better. I have my clergy behind us, supporting us and guiding us. And I have tremendous cops, and I'll speak about one tonight that's being honored, that's out there working for you very hard. So when I look at 2017, honestly, I think everything's going to be perfect. I don't think we're ever going to take a shooting. I don't think we're ever going to get a civilian complaint. I think I'll be surprised if something happens in our command. Where in other commands, I'll be straight with you. I wasn't surprised when something happened. There's a lot of violence in some of the commands I came from. But in this command, I'm shocked if something happens. And that's a good thing to be shocked. And so I expect to have a great year. And so far this year, we're having a great year. So I'll just go over some numbers real quick with you and tell you about how 2017 is starting off. So overall, we're down 9.3% in crime. That's 26 less index crimes this year than last year. We're seeing decreases in total crime, 254 versus 280. We're seeing decreases in grand larcenies, reports of grand larcenies, 98 versus 102. We're seeing decreases in robberies, 49 versus 54. We're seeing decreases, a large decrease in GLAs throughout the command, 12 versus 29. Where other commands, especially commands adjacent to us, are experiencing large increases, like 4-7. It's taking a lot of GLAs. We're not so. I attribute that to a lot of enforcement we're gearing towards the tow truck drivers. From my experience and the experience of many, a lot of vehicles are stolen via tow trucks. Unlicensed illegal tow trucks. They're hooking them up and gone. It's no more really those shaved keys and stealing it that way. So a large majority is done through those tow trucks. So it's like organized, almost organized crime. So we've had a large decrease in GLAs. Shootings, we took that one shooting up in Eastchester a couple of weeks back. So we're 1 versus 2. We had 2 last year this time. Now we only have 1. We made an arrest on that shooting, by the way. Crimes in parks, we're also seeing a decrease. We have 0 crimes in a park this year. That's something that downtown tracks and takes very seriously, so we dedicate a lot of resources to the parks, and you'll see that when we go into the summer months. You're going to see a lot of officers in the park, along the Pelham Parkway there. The areas where we are struggling are felony assaults, 55 versus 53, so we can 2 more felony assaults here today. Burglaries, we're still struggling in that, 38 versus 35. 3 more additional burglaries. I contribute that mainly to, we got hammered down in the Van Ness area by those 2 individuals. They counted probably for about 12 of those burglaries. We had made that arrest at Bridge Rosario. We talked about him frequently. Lo and behold, he's out. He just got out 2 days ago.
Wow.
So I asked any Van Ness residents, lock your doors. His MO was walk to the front door, doors that were unlocked.
Wow.
But the good news is we're looking at him for another one, and as soon as he steps out, we're going to rearrest him. We're struggling in housing, which is surprising to me since we have dedicated officers into each one of the housing developments, including coops. We're up in housing crime 21 versus 18. 7 of those 21 are DV related. And we're struggling in transit, which is a theme or a topic of conversation at this latest ComStat. Number 5 line specifically throughout the Bronx is experiencing a spike in crime. Specifically, we're getting hit up on Gun Hill and Sexton. Robberies at right? Gun Hill and Sexton, right?
That's Seymour.
Seymour. I think they have it on 61. Okay. Yeah, and I don't know why they have it at the 61 Gun Hill and Sexton. But anyway, that line up there on Gun Hill Road, we had a robbery in a period, and also we just took a grand larceny the other day, which is borderline robbery as well. So be careful. On number 5 line, we're going to dedicate more resources down there, work in conjunction with transit to combat the crime increase. We've got a 7 versus 1, which is a big increase for us, but other commands are experiencing an increase in transit. So it's going to be a focus of us. Good news, bad news. The command is doing exceptional when we talk about gun arrests year to date. We're 14 versus 5. We have 14 gun arrests year to date. There's 14 less guns on the street this year. The good news is we're making gun arrests. Bad news, there's guns out there. I'll speak about one notable incident that just happened on the 28th day. A couple of incidents have been high profile or intermediate of late. We just had an elderly female, 71 years of age, robbed inside her building, 2215 Kruger, I think it was. She was returning home. Female perpetrator grabs her from behind and robs her out of the park. She suffered injuries to her stomach. She's fine other than that, but shook up. We got video of the incident, and we also got a pretty good photo of the perpetrator. We see her running northbound on the White Plains Road, and then it looks like she jumps in a cab. She might not be from the area, so we're having a hard time. Correct. So we have a wanted flyer distributed. So we're having a hard time identifying her at this time, so we're asking for your assistance. Good news is the female victim, she fought back. She grabbed a braid out of the perpetrator's hair and ripped it out of her hair. We have that, so we're hoping to get DNA evidence of that, and that might really help identify her. Either way, you're probably going to see it in the news either tonight or you might have saw it yesterday. So that's where we're at in that instance. We don't have a pattern of female perpetrators solo robbing people. This was 7 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So we don't have any patterns associated with that. Another problem that we're having in the command that happened of late was, you may or may not have heard, Columbus High School is experiencing a lot of problems. Year to date, we had 3 lockdowns outside Columbus High School. One was related to a greeting card left in the school that basically is possibly a student wrote and basically said that they're going to shoot up the school. That caused the school to go into a temporary lockdown. When we deemed it safe, we reopened it. That investigation has gone nowhere. We haven't identified the student as of yet. Then we had 2 other incidents that were problematic. One outside the school on 127. We spoke about it previously. There were shots fired outside the school. Caused the school to go in a temporary lockdown. We ended up arresting a perpetrator for that, Martin Pena. But then last week, I want to say it was on the 22nd, school safety witnesses one student menacing a group of other students with a firearm. So by the time we get there, the perpetrators runs away, and so do the victims. We have nothing, but we have the statement of the school safety agent, and he identifies the individual as a former student, this guy Solomon Basu. So we ended up finding Solomon a couple days later. We ended up arresting him. We bring him in for the offense, and we don't have a gun recovered. We don't have victims, so the case wasn't really solid, and it was referred to prosecution. So what happens is we stick to the plan. Anti-crime knows who this guy Solomon Basu is. We focus in the area. We look. There's Solomon Basu outside the school yesterday. Based on observations, they stopped Solomon. In his possession is a loaded 22 caliber firearm. He's subsequently placed under arrest. It was a great job by anti-crime. I'm mentioning it because this is an individual, sad, troubled individual, 16 years of age.
Wow.
He turned 16 3 weeks ago. Within that 3 weeks, he has 3 arrests.